Welcome to the first episode of our brand new podcast, First Past the Post. I'm your host, Louis Moyer, and I'm delighted to say I'm joined by my co-host tonight, Liam Fitzgerald. How you doing, mate?
I'm great, mate. I'm excited to get this podcast kick-started with you.
So am I. Hopefully it's the first of many. We had this idea and we thought, right, let's go for it, see what can happen. And hopefully
Definitely.
this is the first of many episodes to come.
Yeah, mate, 100%.
So we'll go straight into it. So in today's episode, we're gonna just give a little story from the two of us, how we both got into the sport. We're then going to go on to touch about Baid last week, winning his first Group 1, and then we're going to just preview the class racing we've got coming up this weekend on the Saturday in Ireland at Leopardstown and at Doncaster St Leger Day. Give everyone who's listening a few tips of ours. Having our own little competition between the two of us, a bit of fun. So yeah, we can see what happens with that, and I hope by the end of however many episodes we do, mate, I'll be top of that table between the two of us.
I'll jump into it with little introduction. So my first memory of horse racing was watching Frankel's last race on the TV with my granddad. Didn't really understand what was going on at that age, but I remember that. I remember specifically the Juddmonte colours as well. And the first meeting I ever attended was Royal Ascot. I can't remember what year it was, but I went with my secondary school. We was too young to put a bet on. It was a school trip. So in the morning, I asked my granddad to put my selections in a bet for me. It must have been, I didn't know what it was at the time, but he must have done like a lucky 63 or something along them lines. He said, I think he put like 20 quid on, or I don't know how much he put on. Can't remember now, but he said whatever profit there was, I could just keep. Didn't do too well, and I think there was no profit. Like there was less than what he staked, but he ended up giving me the money in the end anyway.
Quality, yeah. What a story though, to say your first little glimpse into the sport was watching Frankel, even albeit on TV. That must have been obviously, something must have grabbed your attention from watching that.
Yeah, mate. Honestly, it's like you say, like a legend like Frankel. That's the first memory I have, and it's only really looking back now that I remember it was Frankel, because I wouldn't have remembered the name at the time.
Of course,
but
yeah.
I remember my granddad saying, like, come in front of the telly and watch this horse here, unbeaten in 13 runs. This is his last run. That stands out to me. But it wasn't really until I got a bit older where I got myself interested in horse racing. And yeah, I'm not an expert by any means, but I love the sport like just as much as you do as well, like we both do.
100%, mate. That's a class story, obviously, like your granddad's passed it down to you, sort of thing. And with me, it was, I don't know how old I was. I must have been a little kid, but I remember going, briefly, I do remember going to a meeting. I think it was Sandown, I might be wrong. And I was with my family. And like I said, I don't know how old I was, but I do recall my mum or my dad buying me a horse, like on a stick. You get them ones as a kid.
Yeah.
And I remember like running around there, like, as if I'm, like a jockey on it. So from an early age, it must have there was a passion there for it, I think. And it was only until I grew up, a few years when I got older, and I went to, like first proper meeting with my dad and my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, it was just that first time going, there's something there in the atmosphere, it just grabs you. And I think,
yeah, mate, I agree with that 100%.
I know, and like when you're there, it just grabbed me. And I've been a fair few times now since, and the passion, it's just there, like with you. And you can't not love this sport. Honestly, like everything about it, it's just brilliant. And hopefully our knowledge has sort of improved a bit from a few years ago. That's why we're setting up this podcast.
I'd like to hope so anyway.
Definitely. So yeah, it seems both of us, it came through the family, I'd say, a little bit.
I'd agree with that.
And like with my granddad as well. Unfortunately, I never actually I never met him, but he absolutely loved his racing. I think it's obviously come down from him and then gone to my uncle who absolutely loves it, and it's now gone to
Hmm.
me, and now I've got the bug. So
Yeah, like my granddad's brother as well. I think he even had his ashes scattered at Kempton Park
yeah,
racecourse. So
yeah,
yeah, it's big in my granddad's side of the family on my dad's side.
brilliant, mate.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, shall we go back to last Sunday over in France? Baid got his first Group 1 win.
yeah, very impressive, very impressive. He looks like a monster of a horse. He got the job done. I wouldn't say it was one of his best performances, but it'll be interesting to see if him and Palace Pier meet at Ascot next month.
Well, exactly that, mate. And I think that's what everyone's talking about. I think everyone wants to see that, don't they? And
Yeah,
I mean, I see, like you say, I see a few people saying they weren't, they were expecting a bit more from him, but I disagree, because from 4 furlongs out to 2, he hit a speed of, I think, just over
is that 41 or
41,
something like that,
yeah,
wasn't it? Yeah.
just over 41 miles per hour. So that shows, and I'm so impressed because he only made his first debut run on turf like 95 days ago, and look at what he's already gone on to achieve. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant, and you can tell when the horse is, you can tell a good horse. And for him to go over in France and win the first Group 1 to make it 5 out of 5, I mean, wow, look, he's got plenty left in him as well. I think he's going to improve, and I
Oh,
think
he'll definitely improve.
I think he's a genuine star, mate. I really do.
Yeah, exciting times ahead for him as well. Like I said, it would be good to see him against Palace Pier at Ascot, and then you got the likes of Poetic Flair as well.
Exactly.
Another top class miler. Hopefully, they all meet somewhere
And
down the line.
that's what we want to see. But I think if they were to all meet, or even just Baid and Palace Pier, I think my money would be going on Baid.
I
100%.
think I agree with you there, mate. Yeah,
I mean, he's just, like I
definitely.
say, he has to improve, and I think he's gonna grow. And I do honestly, I believe, it's not a stupid thing to say. I think this could be one of the horses that is spoken about for a few years down the line after he goes on to what he can potentially achieve.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that, mate. 100%.
So yeah, hopefully more to come from the superstar, which is Baid. And I mean, the racing, I've been enjoying the racing first couple of days at Doncaster. Have you managed to watch any of it so far?
I haven't caught much. I've caught the odd race here and there, but I haven't managed to catch much of it, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I've watched a bit, and it's been quality, and I think the quality racing continues over the weekend, doesn't it? Where we've got a couple Group 1 races over in Ireland at Leopardstown, and then
we've got another superstar over there.
Yeah, well, we'll
in
come
the
on.
245.
We'll come on to her.
Yeah.
Anyone listening, you know who we're talking about. Liam, her biggest fan. So
yeah, we'll come on to that soon.
we will indeed. So yeah, shall we go over the preview the first Group 1 race over at Leopardstown this Saturday?
Yeah, mate. The 140.
So you got the 140, the Matron Stakes, where Mother Earth leads the market. And to be quite honest with you, can you see anything beating this horse, really?
I can't, mate. I think she'll win that. I think she's the best horse in the race. She won last time out at Deauville. She only lost half a length to Snow Lantern a couple of races ago as well in the Falmouth Stakes, and she finished ahead of Alcohol Free, who I really highly rate as well.
Yeah,
but I can't see anything beating her in that race. I think she opened up at 5-2 or 2-1 in the market. I think she's into 5-4 now.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely going to take some beating, really. I mean, she's so talented. I mean, I remember when she won the Guineas, didn't she?
Yeah.
And that was so impressive. And then you look at the rest of the horses in the in this race, and then you look at them in the market. I mean, the second horse in the market's 15-2. I mean, and then they just go bigger and bigger. So if Mother Earth doesn't win this, I'll be very, very surprised.
Yeah, I agree with that as well, mate.
I mean, is there anything there that you think could sort of, a little each way punt if you were having a bet there? I can't really, you know.
There's nothing I'd really say stands out to me. Maybe the horse that Colin Keane's on, Akinella, maybe, but personally, I wouldn't go against Mother Earth there.
No, I mean you've got Champers Elise,
She
Johnny
actually did win
Murta's,
that race last year, Champers Elise.
yeah, Johnny Murta's horse. I've heard good things about that. Smart filly, and she, like you say, she won this 12 months ago, didn't she?
Yeah.
Obviously not, not really in the same sort of form since then, with a second in a Group 3 at the Curragh, which was, more of a encouraging run. But I suppose you can't rule her out. I'm not sure. I mean, look, Mother Earth is there. Ryan Moore on board.
I think it'll take something special to beat her.
100%, mate. 100%. So delighted to see her back in action over there. Hopefully, manage to catch watching that actually.
Yeah, we'll be at the football, won't we?
Well, we will.
I'm sure we'll be crowded around the phone somewhere. Somewhere else.
Might have to get my phone out for a little bit. So yeah, that's a very exciting race there. And shall we move on to the second Group 1 at Leopard? You got the Irs Champion Stakes, which, well, I mean, before they all got declared, there was about God knows how many runners, but now there's only 4.
Down to 4 now.
But my word, 3 of them, we all know about them, don't we? This should be some race between the 3, shouldn't it? Really. I mean, obviously Tarnow. Tarnow. I should leave it to you, mate. That's your horse. I mean, you can obviously touch on that because, like I say, you're literally her biggest fan. I mean, what's the story there behind that? I mean, have you watched her since her early runs, and have you just progressed?
I've been following her a while. I've got a 35-1 anti-post bet on her to win the Arc.
Cool, what a price that is,
between her Prix de l'Opera win and Breeders' Cup win, somewhere in between there.
Yeah.
But she's my favourite flat horse in training by far. Dermot World thinks she's improved from last season as well. So I think there's more to come from her. And her last run should have done her the world of good as well. I mean, I know she didn't beat much last time out, but I mean, it's her first run out in however many days. I was expecting her to win, but she done it quite comfortably in the end. I couldn't believe she went off 2-1 on. She opened up at about 7-1 on, and you could get 2-1 on in the end.
Yeah. I mean,
it was crazy, that market, the way it moved. Drifted.
I mean, look at who she's coming up against. I mean, Saturday, St. Mark's Basilica, Poetic Flair. I mean, you got to look at. I mean, I think St. Mark's Basilica he has to be really the one to beat. I know you'll disagree.
The one thing, it depends on the going over it. He'll want it a bit soft. I don't know if he's going to get that.
I mean, I can't recall the ground. What was the ground like when he won the Eclipse at Sandown? Was it? Can't quite remember now. But I mean, look, that was a 4-timer. You know, he's won 2 big races.
I think it was soft that day. I'm pretty sure it was soft. Yeah.
He's won 2 big races over in France. You know, he's got a great turn of foot. I think that's one thing we noticed when watching the Eclipse as well. And Ryan Moore, I think that could be a good day for him over at Leopardstown on Saturday. I mean, we've got to touch on Poetic Flair as well.
Yep.
One of this season's best
see if she can step up. Be interesting to see if she can step up to the trip. She's only ever raced as far as a mile, so will a mile and 2 be a bit too far? I'm not too sure. It'd be interesting to see, but I personally think she's a very good miler. Not quite sure. I think she might stay the trip, but I think she should stay at a mile in future.
Yeah, I mean, there you're just speaking about Poetic Flair. It is actually a he, mate. Apologies to anyone who's a big Poetic Flair fan. No, that we all make a little error there. No, but I agree with what you're saying, mate. I mean, I think what you say about the trip, you're not getting over that, are you?
Mate, I've got something written down wrong next to it. I've had a mare.
That's fine, but no, I think he will be good, just as good, really, over the trip. And it should be some race. I mean, obviously 4 runners, it's a bit disappointing. But then that makes it for a more tactical battle, doesn't it, between the 3 of them?
Yeah, mate.
So that should,
like
that
I was
should
saying
be
about
class.
Tarnawa on the current going as well. She's won 75% of her races on the current going as well.
Yeah.
And she's won 80% of her races over the distance.
Yeah, you can't look past her for you, can you?
Yeah, I would never go against her. I couldn't bring myself to do that.
Well, I mean, let us know if you're listening. Tweet us at FPTP Podcast on Twitter. Who you think is going to take that Champion Stakes? Because I think St. Mark's Basilica is the one to beat there, to be honest.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
So, yeah, it's great racing over in Ireland. And then back here over in England, Doncaster, you got St. Ledger Day, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, so we're gonna preview, sort of go through all the 7 races on the day. And we got a little competition between us that we thought of. So what our point system is going to be, we're going to tip up what horse we think is going to win. If it comes third, we get a point, second 2 points, and first 3 points.
Yep.
And
nap as well. We're gonna have a nap.
We're going,
points if your nap plans.
That's it. We're going to have our nap of the weekend, which will be on the Saturday as well. I think by listening to this, we know what yours is going to be, mate. So yeah, we'll go through the races at Doncaster. First handicap there, the day, the 1:15. So, I mean, Buick has been on fire, hasn't he, recently?
Yeah.
He's aboard the favourite, Fall of Rome, and with looking at the other, again, it's only a small field in this one too, and looking at the rest of the horses in action, I can't see past Fall of Rome winning that. So that will be my tip for that race. I mean, showed improvement from getting off the market, Newmarket, in another nursery back in July, and likely to go well again. So I think Buick and Charlie Appleby, they're a combo you can't really mess with at the moment. So that'll be my tip for the 1:15 at Doncaster.
I've gone against that. I've gone with La Polga. Oisin Murphy, he's got the ride. It's one over the distance, 102 rated, same as Fall of Rome actually, but carrying £6 less. Stepping up in class, but I'm hoping that won't really be too much of a problem.
So La Polga for you.
Yeah.
So moving on to the 1:45. I mean, look, I think after that first race, you got a few handicaps in this card on Saturday, haven't you?
This next race, you could literally just chuck a dart at one of the horses.
Honestly, 22 runners. Honestly, you don't know where to start. I mean, I found watching these handicaps with huge fields. Like you say, mate, just chuck a dart and hope for the best.
Yeah, I've gone with something a bit adventurous in this one.
Have you? Yeah, it's probably best to do so in such a race.
I've gone for venturous.
Oh.
I've got venturous. It's 20-1. If you're gonna back that, I'd go each way. But course winner, one on the going. The trainer's got a 31% strike rate over the last 14 days, and the jockey's got a 23% strike rate over the last 14 days. But like I said, anything can happen in these big handicaps, especially like these ones with 23 runners.
Exactly.
This is the type of race I'd usually have two in. I'd probably have two bets in this.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best way to go, isn't it, in a race of this nature? I mean, I was looking through earlier trying to pick one out, and I think I've gone with William Buick again on when the dealing's done. I remember actually seeing this horse win a 5 furlong race at Windsor a good few weeks ago, and then second run after that was a bit disappointing, but then it saw its form return with another win, and then a disappointing race at York, but that was again another big handicap, and I think he might sort of reverse his form yet again. So yeah, I think I'll go with when the dealing's done for that one, I think.
Should we go on to the 20 past 2?
Yes, and this is the Champagne Stakes with a big favourite, one which you could say is a bit of a banker for the weekend, Reach for the Moon for the Tory and Gosden, who went and got themselves a treble today, didn't they, at Doncaster?
Yeah.
So it seems to be Dettori's course, and I think definitely one to beat in this one. I mean, gave the unbeaten Point Lonsdale something to think about in the Cheshire.
I was just about to say that. Good form on debut as well.
Exactly, and it is won easily in the start since that, hasn't he?
Yeah. I've gone with Lissail in this actually.
Okay.
And he impressed me in his last 2 runs. Dual Group 2 winner as well. So
yeah. I mean, again, it's 4 runners again. I mean, you'd think it would be between them two, wouldn't you? But Reach for the Moon, very, very taken winner at Sandown. I mean, you know, he can make the most of the £3 as well that he receives from Lucille as well. So I think you can't really look past Reach for the Moon. So that'll be my tip for that race. And I mean, it might seem I'm just backing the favourites here, but you've got to do it when they're this strong. When they're this strong, I can't really look past them. So the 3 o'clock, you got the Kazoo Park Stakes. Again, very short fields across the card here, and I like the look of Dania for Owen Burrows. Dane O'Neill.
I've gone with the same. With the same there. Yeah.
Well, that's gonna win then, isn't it?
Comes last now, probably.
I mean, it beat 18 rivals, when it was winner at Ascot. That was his last run out, up in class. But I think he'll take that form into this race with a short field. I think I'd be tempted to have a decent bet on him, to be honest with you.
Also, I had a look, and Owen Burrows has a decent strike rate over the last 14 days as well. So it seems like the yard could be in a bit of form.
100%. And I think Dane O'Neill knocked up a winner today, I think, or yesterday.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I see that when I was doing the notes.
Yes, it was today. Yeah, because he took over from Jim Crowley, one of his rides. Yeah. Obviously, Jim Crowley, I think he's recovering after that fall he had a couple of days ago. Apparently, he'll be back in action potentially on the weekend, so that'd be good news.
Hopefully.
So onto the 3:35, the big one.
Yeah, I can't see past Hurricane Lane here.
You can't, can you? I mean, it would take something to beat this horse.
I think his form speaks for itself, really. He's already done a number on a few of the horses in this race. Irish Derby winner, 3rd in the Epsom Derby, behind Adayar and Mojo Star, but he's reversed the form against Mojo Star already since then.
well, I mean, exactly. And over in France, winning the Grand Prix de Paris. Did you like my accent?
Mm.
And that was brilliant because he won by a fair few lengths that day. And
Yeah, he was impressive over there. I'm pretty sure he's got a little step up in trip here, but I don't think it'll bother him too much.
well, yeah, he got to stay the 14 furlongs,
Yeah.
but this will not bother Hurricane Lane in the slightest. And
Hmm.
top rating, top horse, and I think if you're having a bet in the St. Ledger, you've got to be looking for a little bit of each way value, and just hope it somehow your pick sort of does Hurricane Lane. But no, look, cannot see past him at all.
Do you fancy anything else in that each way, or if he was to?
Well, if I was to have a bet, I would 100%. I'd back something each way and hope for the best. I mean, I like the look of Ottoman Emperor for Johnny Murtagh. Completed a 4-timer in the Gordon Stakes at Goodwood from beating Sir Lucan by half a length. I still think he's got more.
I'd maybe have a look at High Definition.
High Definition,
Maybe.
Vittori. Yeah, well beaten.
If he can get back to his best form, like last season as a 2-year-old.
Well, exactly, because he looked a very nice prospect at 2 years old, but he was well beaten in the Irish Derby, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I mean, I'd have to have a little punt at Ottoman Emperor each way. I think again, similar to Hurricane Lane in terms of the distance. I don't think this horse will have a problem staying the longer trip at all, really. So that would be my little punt if I had to back something bar Hurricane Lane. So the 405, another handicap, 6 runners again, another short field. I mean, I was torn in this race, to be honest. I was looking at Tim Easterby's runner, Dark Jedi.
Yeah.
Did well a couple of years ago, winning 2 races. I mean, it resumed to winning ways at Ripon in July. Probably nothing to shout about that sort of race. But he's nudged up a couple of pounds, and I'd say he's quite high on the shortlist, really. For again a short field. When it's a short field, it's more of a tactical battle, and there's less hope on sort of getting through many more horses. So I would definitely go for Dark Jedi.
I've gone with the favourite here, Title, just purely because he's the highest rated horse in the race, and he's only carrying 9 stone 7, which I think is quite respectable compared to some others in the race. He's lightly raced as well, and it's his handicap debut, so yeah, that's what I've gone for. That's what stood out to me, the favourite.
Yeah, and
like you say with these short fields.
Exactly, mate. And moving on to the last race, right? Last race.
Yep.
10 past 5, class 2 handicap. And again, I mean, Buick and Appleby, it just stands out to me when I see the pair. Royal Fleet, Colt of the Barwi, who was unbeaten in his first 3 starts. Disappointing run on his 4th, but I think when he ran at York, he wasn't sort of a disgraceful performance, really, in terms of where he finished. And I think he's sort of, in this sort of race, he could be the one to beat.
Yeah, I've gone against that. I've gone with Cruyff Turn.
Yeah.
He's won 2 out of 3 races on the go-in, distance winner, and he won a class 2 handicap last time out at York, 28-1. Some decent opposition there that day as well. May Danny, Le Trinidad. Yeah, I've gone with Cruyff Turn, 7-1 as well. So I'd be looking to back that each way.
And I think just going back to Royal Fleet there, on with a good pace. I think if there's a lot of pace in this race, you can see him being in the mix big time. I think. With a couple of others, if the pace is quite strong, I think you're going to see Dance Fever and Radebag involved in as well. Really, as the main threats, I'd say to Royal Fleet.
Well, like I said, I've gone with Cruyff Turn. Like you said, though, that Royal Fleet, very good horse.
Yeah.
It'll obviously be there or thereabouts.
I mean, you can see my my pattern of play here. Buick, quite a few of him, tipped up. But look, he's on
Godolphin.
fire. Yeah, you got to love Godolphin horses. He's on fire. And I can't look past him in that race either, really. So yeah, we've gone through the card there at Doncaster, and like I say, we'll come back to those results later on in the day on Saturday and see who's notched up the most winners, if any at all.
Yeah.
And then we'll put them. I think we'll put them on our Twitter, won't we? See.
Yeah, we'll put them on Twitter. We're thinking of once we get a few more listeners and stuff, setting up an ITV7 league as well for everyone to join.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, that would be a little bit of fun.
Maybe get some prizes involved and stuff eventually.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Yeah, definitely. And obviously there we've tipped up our, if you're going to have a bet, obviously you got to be responsible. You got to be obviously 18.
Yeah, 18 plus.
18 plus and gamble what you can afford. I mean, look, we're two mates who love the sport, and we're just having a bit of fun between the two of us to see.
Keep it fun, keep it sensible.
Exactly. And if you're going to go with a couple of our tips, then do it. But obviously, no,
we're not experts.
We're not experts at all. But obviously, if you want to do it, but do it at a cost that won't, it's not going to affect you that much. So, I mean,
shall we move on to our naps?
Yeah. So we've both got one nap each for the Saturday as well.
Yeah.
And this will be our best bet of the weekend. And yeah, mate, I'll let you tell everyone about your nap first.
I've gone with St Mark's Basilica.
Are you kidding?
Oh, really? I'm joking.
I was going to say, what was all that talk about Tarnawa?
I've gone with Tarnawa. I think she'll win it.
Yeah. I mean,
that's all I've got to say. You heard
exactly. Yeah, you've said all you've needed to say about that horse. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, will you be lumping on then? You got to. I mean, it's your horse.
I'll have a few quid. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone for. I've been looking at the other racing you've got on the weekend, and my nap is coming from Chester in the 235. I'm going to go with the current favourite Mancini for Ian Williams, David Probert on board, who's been another jockey on absolute fire recently. Useful stayer, this horse. He's been better than the result on his sort of first few runs this term, but look, he's ought to be very competitive again. I think his last race showed that coming second.
I'm just having a look now. 4-1 as well. Decent bit of value.
4-1, and there's a couple horses in this race that could pose a big threat.
Hockfield.
Yeah, but look, Mancini, he was a good second last time, and I like a horse that's got that same race course experience. Should go well again. So I fancy him to go well again and go one better and win this race. So my nap is Mancini in the 235 at Chester on the Saturday.
Decent, mate. Fair play.
So
Good luck.
Yeah, and you. We'll put our tips and our naps up on our Twitter, and then obviously we'll update the mini league between the pair of us after Saturday's results. And yeah, I mean, is that it, mate? First episode, is that it come to an end?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I say,
Looking forward to the next one already.
100%, mate. And I'm glad our first episode has come at a time where we can talk about some class racing that's coming ahead on the weekend. So yeah,
I'm not sure when our next one's planned for, but
no, we're not sure yet.
Hopefully won't be leaving it too long.
Not at all, not at all. And
one of the big meets.
100%, mate. Yep. And yeah, so thank you everyone for listening. If you want to follow our Twitter, it is at FPTP Podcast. On Instagram as well, First Past the Post Podcast. On YouTube, the same name. So we're going to try and obviously branch out a bit on different social media platforms, put a bit of content out there at the same time as well, engage with fans. Yeah, and hopefully build up something decent with this, mate.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
So yeah, so thanks everyone for listening. We'll catch you on the second episode very soon. Take care.
Cheers.
Bye bye.